CM Punk has finally opened up about WWE's decisions and the impact they've had on his career and the landscape of the company. In two separate interviews, he discussed some significant aspects that have fans buzzing, one of which might have gone under the radar for many. In this article, we'll dive into what Punk had to say in both interviews, touching on the moments that have shaped his career, his reflections on the WWE landscape, and his upcoming WrestleMania moment. One of the most talked about revelations came from his first interview, where Punk reflected on the massive moment in his career, his chance to headline WrestleMania. For years, Punk has expressed his frustration about never being given the opportunity to headline the biggest event of the year. Despite having one of the most successful and lengthy reigns as WWE Champion in recent history, Punk's reign lasted over 300 days, and yet, he was never given the chance to headline WrestleMania, even when he faced top-tier competitors like Chris Jericho at WrestleMania 29. Now, after all these years of working hard and becoming one of the most outspoken and iconic figures in wrestling, CM Punk is finally getting his chance. At WrestleMania 41, he will compete in a highly anticipated triple threat match against Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. This match will headline night one of the event, marking a career milestone for Punk. This opportunity comes after a series of setbacks, including an injury that sidelined him from the 2024 Royal Rumble, where he was initially set to win and challenge Seth Rollins for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. In his interview with WWE Netherlands, Punk shared his excitement about the two-night WrestleMania format, which has been in place since WrestleMania 36. He expressed that the change allows more talent to get a chance to headline the show, which previously was limited to just a few top stars. Punk was particularly thrilled to see Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in this position, acknowledging how far they've come since their early days in WWE. Punk mentioned that his involvement in bringing Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins to the main roster many years ago is something he's proud of. He said, "I'm excited WrestleMania's two nights now because it gives more opportunity to people to experience the rare air of a WrestleMania main event." For Punk, seeing his former allies in the main event spotlight at WrestleMania was a bittersweet moment. As he reflected on how the three of them had started in WWE, he continued by saying, "Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins are two guys that I helped kind of get out there and to the main roster many moons ago. It's exciting for me to see how far they've held it down and how far they've come." In the past, Punk has been vocal about his frustration with WWE's decision-making, especially when it came to his lack of opportunities at WrestleMania. During his time in WWE, Punk was never given the chance to headline the event, despite being one of the company's most marketable and successful stars. His gripes were well documented, most famously in his infamous interview on the Colt Cabana podcast, where he accused WWE of mistreating him and not giving him the main event spot he deserved. But now, with the change in WrestleMania's structure, Punk sees this as an opportunity to right the wrongs of the past. His participation in the triple threat match against Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins is a chance to solidify his place in WWE history, as he will finally get the main event spot he's been dreaming of for years. WWE's decision to make WrestleMania a two-night event in 2020, initially born out of necessity during the COVID-19 pandemic, has proven to be a beneficial shift for the company. The pandemic forced WWE to rethink how they could present their biggest show of the year without a live audience, leading to the decision to hold WrestleMania across two nights. This change not only allowed WWE to spread the matches over a longer period but also gave more wrestlers the opportunity to showcase their talents on the grand stage. Before the two-night format, WrestleMania had a history of being an exhausting marathon of matches. WrestleMania 35, for example, was widely criticized for being too long, with several matches added to the card that didn't necessarily need to be there. The show's lengthy runtime hurt its pacing, and many fans and critics felt it was more of a slog than a celebration of the best the company had to offer. WWE recognized this issue and, in part, created the two-night format to prevent the show from dragging on for hours. For Punk, the decision to have WrestleMania across two nights is not just about giving more wrestlers the opportunity to headline, it's also about improving the quality of the event. Punk pointed out that the extended length of WrestleMania often resulted in fans becoming fatigued. He made a comparison to AEW's pay-per-views, which are known for featuring long cards, While AEW's events are often filled with incredible matches, the runtime can be overwhelming for fans, with some shows stretching over 4 hours. Punk said, "You're giving the fans a little bit of a breather by saying, 'Hey, will you just watch this 3-hour show instead of a 6-hour show?' This is where the 2-night WrestleMania structure helps WWE improve the experience for both fans and wrestlers. By splitting the event over 2 nights, WWE can create a more manageable experience for fans, with each night focusing on a select group of matches that can shine without the pressure of a marathon event. For wrestlers, it provides more opportunities to be part of the main event without competing in a crowded card." In his second interview with Rich Eisen, Punk also touched on the evolution of the WWE landscape and how his career played a role in shaping it. He reflected on his time in the company, particularly his efforts to elevate the next generation of stars. Punk mentioned how, even in his early years in WWE, he was always looking ahead, trying to figure out how to bring up young talent and put them in a position to succeed. One of the most interesting aspects of this conversation was Punk's reflection on The Shield, the faction that played a significant role in WWE's landscape during the early 2010s. Punk was integral in bringing the group together, working with Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Dean Ambrose, now Jon Moxley, during their early days. Punk shared that he was always looking for talented individuals to work with, stating, "I needed talented individuals to work with or I have nobody to work with in the future." Despite their personal issues and differences, Punk recognized the importance of working with individuals who had the potential to help elevate his career. He acknowledged that the formation of The Shield was a key turning point in WWE's history, and even though the members of the group eventually went their separate ways, they all became major stars in their own right. Punk added, "The idea of The Shield was simple: I need guys to work with, for good or bad, whether I like them or I hate them, whether I'm going to wind up having personal problems with them." He admitted that the group's success was largely due to the way they were booked and the undeniable chemistry between the members. He also expressed his pride in helping elevate the careers of Reigns and Rollins, who are now 2 of WWE's biggest stars. Punk's recognition of The Shield's impact on WWE's growth and his role in shaping their careers shows his self-awareness and understanding of his influence on the business. As he prepares for his own WrestleMania moment, Punk is keenly aware of how the landscape of WWE has shifted, and he's proud to have played a part in that change. As Punk prepares to face Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in the main event at WrestleMania 41, it's clear that his journey in WWE has come full circle. After years of being overlooked for the top spot at WrestleMania, he's finally getting the recognition he deserves, whether he wins or loses. Punk's inclusion in the main event is a testament to his impact on the industry and his role in shaping the future of WWE. The decision to turn WrestleMania into a 2-night event has been a game-changer, and CM Punk's reflections on the matter reveal how this shift has created more opportunities for wrestlers and allowed WWE to deliver a more exciting and manageable experience for fans. As the wrestling world looks forward to WrestleMania 41, CM Punk's involvement in the main event is one of the most anticipated moments in recent memory, and it's clear that this opportunity is a long-awaited reward for his years of hard work and dedication to the industry.